10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. We have ignition.
Hey everyone, and welcome back to Kerbal Space Program How Not to RP-1. We will be starting this day off, as we have started off so many, with another X-Planes supersonic contract, which is paying out just about as much as it can, because we have our X-405A3 ox cart ready to go and a pilot trained up who can use it, thankfully, and we're just going to verify that it is, in fact, flight ready. All the external tanks are mounted, and this thing is ready to go. So we'll just spend a couple of days getting it mounted to our carrier aircraft and getting things all ready to go. And really, this is just kind of biding time while we're waiting for our next launch vehicle to complete construction, as it's going to attempt to fulfill a contract to really give us some money and some science and buy us some time to get these lunar impactor contracts all set up and ready to go. So while we decide about how far out from the space center we want to be, 75 kilometers sounds pretty good, we'll jump out to the aircraft. Lizney Kerman, our only currently employed Kerbal at the moment, is at the stick. External tanks are away, and we have throttled all the way back, trying to keep our speed below the upper required limit, which in this case is 615 meters per second. And even with the throttle pegged all the way down, we are creeping ever closer to that top end limit. So we'll just throw out the air brakes at supersonic speeds, cause us to bleed off a lot of that, and will keep us within the realms of the contract, which is good because, man, we really need the money. We're, not doing so hot. What with our last engine failure on our last orbital rocket attempt, or our contract fulfillment attempt rocket, where the AJ-10 yet again failed. So there is the contract parameter satisfied. Now all we have to do is return home safely. So we'll get a little more altitude under our belt before pulling an Illman turn and getting ourselves back on course for the KSC. A little bit of time where we want to get down to the thicker air so we can be more effective when we try to bleed off some speed. But not doing such a good job of that as of late, but I think we do have a pretty good alignment with our runway, or at least the last crash site. We'll just fly right over that, pay our respects, give a nice little salute, and well, I'll turn you over to old me for this last little bit of final approach. All right, gear out. We're pretty fast. I think we can deal with the extra speed loss, but our alignment not great, so let's pivot just a bit and then bring it back. Nope, maybe. Disney, seriously. Speed brake. Brake, 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 brake. Oh, we're gonna overshoot by a whole bunch. Brakes. Skirt. Shoot out. What? No. No. Goodbye, Lizney. I'm sorry. I mean, on the rather macabre plus side, the contract was completed, so we did actually get paid for that one. However, I think we are going to suspend the X-Planes program for just a little while longer. I'd like to unlock some better tech, because really at 50,000 Kerbucks per new hire, it's going to take them many flights in this 405A to, I don't know, make a return on an investment. So I think we will be suspending those until we can actually push above the 30-kilometer ceiling we have in place, because we lack the Mark II cockpit upgrade. So in the meantime, however, we will be prepping our contract attempt, which is, I think, weather satellite or meteorological satellite of some stripe. We have to be above 230 kilometer periapsis and above 669 kilometers apogee, and have a temperature scan and a barometer scan, and then of course radio that science in. So this is basically a version of the exact same vehicle we're going to try to impact the moon with, just with many more sciencey bits. And of course we've had an engine failure. Because that really would spell the end of the program and the end of this series, we're gonna revert to launch. I am a dirty cheater McCheaterson, but I really just don't want this to end just yet. So attempt 2 clamps off. Engine is running. LR-79 actually doing its job this time. MechJeb has the ball, of course, as we are starting our push toward orbit. See, it's handling all the gravity turning and all the, I don't know, the fun navigation-y bits for us, so we really don't have to do much. It does free me up a lot to talk with chat and not pay attention to things when I should absolutely be paying attention to things. Not that that has ever made me actually pay attention to things, so, you know, 6 in one hand, half dozen in the other. But we are coming up on main engine cutoff here in just a little bit, and that is where I will be resuming control to manually light the AJ-10 engine, and I'm sorry, I will not be doing the AJ-10 ignition. I will be doing the Araby ignition, which will come up in, well, just a little bit. Yeah, I'll let old me take care of that. Can't fail if we're not watching. Exactly. So we're just gonna look over here. We're not watching you. Oh, you son of a... Arrgh! F me. Alright, well, our apogee is above threshold. We still have a chance to complete this contract. Disengage autopilot. Let's set the throttle to full. How long until apogee? 4 minutes. What are you doing? Go away, ascent guidance. Guess it's the other way. We have to stare at it intently in order for it not to fail. Let's get ready for our hot stage event. Fucking AJ-10 is a painful ass engine. God, it is. And we were so living close, too. I don't think we're actually going to finish this contract, y'all. They used chewing gum for the brazing medium instead of filler. Gods of flight and metal aren't happy. We must sacrifice this probe in flames of re-entry. I need Sunder to do the metal voice. But I think he's doing his movie night tonight. Dang it, Sunder, where are you? It noticed you moving the camera. It's like, you must be paying it. Where are you going, friend? I guess I can't leave you alone for any measured amount of time. AJ-10 earliest pain. AJ-10 advanced is good. It is. Watch the probe run out RCS fuel and then lose ullage. Yeah, we should probably monitor that, huh? Right here, right down the vector. Let's hold true. We'll start our spin-up procedure soon. Why is that correcting? Like we're off balance. We should not be off balance. AJ-10 wins the most improved award. We startled the rocket engine by moving the camera too swiftly. It's just bad. I was saying we're going to disengage stock SAS and see if it just holds, because we need to start spinning this up soon. God, this whole thing is just bad. Everything has gone wrong. Alright, let's spin it up. should have turned on SAS before spinning, because now we're going to be off. Cancel spin. Cancel spin. Cancel. Abort spin. HTP down to 10 liters. Prograde, please. Yeah, if you just hold prograde, you shouldn't care about spin. Yeah, maybe we can complete the contract, but I don't think we're getting any high space science today, y'all. I'm gonna need whiskey before this stream is over, I can tell. Maybe you should use an 8127-931 staging setup of baby sergeants instead of the AJ-10. Are those legit numbers, or did you just make them up? Alright. Ignition. Stage. We're spinning clean right down the horizon. Powers of 3. Gotcha. So, yes and no. Yeah, I see it now. Well, if we fail this contract, we're kind of... this space program is doomed. There's orbit. Hey, yes! We're going to complete the contract. We got it. We're probably not going to hit high space. We're definitely not going to hit high space, but we are going to complete the contract. Hallelujah. The space program is saved. Check for stable orbit, 2 minutes. What? Within orbital parameters. Yeah, KSP just doesn't like to let us know that we've actually completed a thing a lot of the time. So, pardon for the time warpy goodness, as we were just verifying functionality on all of our scientific experiments and making sure everything was performing as it should, right up until the batteries are fully spent. And turns out, yes, they are. So now we are going to kind of retool our configuration for this and go for our lunar impactor contract, because we actually have the time and the space and the money to do it. But we want to get rid of some of that wobble on our spin stabilized stage here to make sure we can get a nice clean shot at the moon. So we're going to adjust the center of mass in our avionics and kind of tinker with that a little bit until we can get something that will actually fly straight and true. This version has bigger batteries and way less science equipment on board, so we can get a lot more delta V out of it than we could with its previous iteration. Now we're just tuning in that RP stage to give us a more exact delta V figure. I think we're looking at right around 3.2 kilometers per second, because that would be easy enough for us to try to dial in and, I don't know, make an actual impact of the moon, if not a flyby. We have accepted contracts for both, so fingers crossed. There was ignition, and our booster is lit, making its way towards orbit. We're going to have MechJeb try to insert us as low as possible. 160 by 160 kilometer orbit is our target to do our lunar transfer. That's really kind of what we have the Delta V budget for. Now, this bird will be handled by MechJeb. The plotting of the node we will deal with via MechJeb, but it will be me pulling the trigger on that final ignition on this, our first attempt at trying to do something not strictly in low Earth orbit. We haven't even been able to get high Earth orbit science yet, so this is, I don't know, kind of making some serious inroad steps here. But there was stage separation. We are coasting for just I don't know, another minute or so while we wait for MechJeb to kind of figure this thing out, and keeping our HA-10 alleged, because I'm not going to let something that stupid be the reason why this fails. I mean, we have some wiggle room because we completed our last contract, but I think we really only get 1 or 2 shots at this before we go broke again, which is, I don't know, kind of like the story of this entire space program is being on the verge of bankruptcy. We are like 2 failures away from being insolvent, so it's kind of at this critical point where everything we're doing right now hinges on whether or not an AJ-10 will light, which is not a position you really want to find yourself in. But just as soon as we can unlock that RD-105, oh, we're so trading this thing in. At least until we get the AJ-10 mids and some of the AJ-10 advanced. Those are legit amazing engines, some of them. The AJ-10 early is just, well, not. So we are currently trying to plot as exactly as we can a 3.2 kilometer per second ejection that will bring us very, very close to the moon. And now that we have this, we can start to readjust our positioning just a little bit to try to dial this in. Again, we do have the opportunity to complete both the impactor and the flyby contract all in one sitting, which would be great for us because that gives us lots of good monies. I mean, it's one of these rare opportunities where you can double up on your contracts and get paid twice for a single launch, which is, man, what would just be so incredibly glorious. So here's me really screwing things up and hitting the +0 or plus orbit and not even really realizing it. So now our burn will happen in 7 hours, which is like 7 orbits from now. I was not the best at plotting this out, but as long as our batteries hold, man, if we don't have a margin of 7 hours, then we're just really not going to be in good shape. So, yeah, it was me figuring out that maneuver node editor because I've never really used it before. Go figure, because I don't trust MechJub. I'm glad it's so much better here in 1.1.8 than it is back in my 1.1.3 install, but yeah, there's a lot of key features and things that it can do that I'm just not used to because I decided a long time ago that I didn't trust it and I could probably just be okay doing it all by myself, which is absolutely just not the case. So yeah, it's about here where I figured out that, oh, I've messed up my my maneuver node editor. So we're just going to plot a new maneuver node for something next orbit. So we're not just lollygagging around for the next 4 or 5 hours. Yep, and 3209 is what we have in the tank, and if we plot that exactly, we get a nice impact. I mean, not really even a glancing blow, but a real first serious impact. And yeah, that's where chat was telling me what +0 means. It is, yeah, not for +10. It is for plus and minus orbit, which is a good thing for O to stand for. Yeah. But we'll just make sure our batteries are nice and topped off. Everything is not quite running, so we don't really have a very accurate figure on how much time these batteries have to last, but here's our spin stabilization, and we'll start ullaging in pretty soon. We just want to make sure that we're dialed in across the axis, and well, I'll let old me take you through the rest of this very, very, very important flight. All right, coming up on ignition in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Oh, you gotta be fucking ignition. Set throttle to full. Here we go. Oh god, I'm gonna vomit. You can do it. Come on, spinny boy. Spin, spin. Go, 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 go. .9 meters per second shy. What does that buy us? Oh god, come on. Okay, well, good news here is we can correct. We're just a little too fast. Let's dial it in by slowing down just a little bit. This is why we put RCS on here. Come on, come on, come on, come on. There's the flyby contract. There's the impactor. Yes! All now we have to do is get there with electric charge. So do we... Alright, if we shut down the antenna, can we get there? Let's stop this. Don't impact out of comms. Use more RCS. So you're saying we should get in closer? Like, make the impact happen sooner? Pull it in as far as you can do to stay within comms. Comms will stay off automatically. Okay. So we should just go ahead and burn this down as much as we can to make this impact happen as soon as possible. Right on, Lucy. You do your thing. Alright. Is there a way we can check to make sure we'll get there with battery? Or is this pretty much bring this window up and hope for the best? The more straight in your impact is, the more you'll hit the base of the moon rather than one of the sides. There we go. It is dead straight on. Quick save dummy ×2. We will quick save twice. You can easily check with time warp. We are going to peg the moon dead on. Right into the face. In your face, moon. This Kerbalism window has a time estimate. Which one's the Kerbalism window? Like, which Kerbalism window? Trashbox Lunar TV. 93 days and 22 hours? Pretty sure you're approaching from the direction of Earth, but what do I know? Good point. So this says 93 days. Can we assume that is accurate, that we have 93 days duration time? Because, well, I'm going to switch the camera back on when we get to space high so that we can radio in some science. Plenty of margin power to leave your experiments on. Okay, let's turn the experiments on then. Waiting. What does that do to our time estimate? It still says 93 days. So does it just not power on if we've already got the particular biome? And it will only kick on when things are happening? Ziggy, how's it going? Remember, nothing consumes power when it's not collecting data. Okay. 93 days without the comms on. The experiments will drain EC a bit faster, but you should be fine. Auto tab in Kerbalism window. I can't. Okay, auto. I don't know what that did for us. It still says 93 days here. Still waiting, waiting, waiting. And it's probably going to be waiting until we get out to space high. Oh, we're definitely going to wait until we hit space high, ampersand. I'm eagerly anticipating all of this and also enjoying the view. Space high. Here we go. What is our battery duration now? 5 days. Let's check. Moon escape is in 2 days. So yeah, we're gonna be fine. Yes, we did it! Yay! Ah! We're gonna do it. We did it. We did it. Yes! I'm super effing excited. Yes, we did it. We got a contract. And before transmitter failure, fuck you, Scorpio. You keep your dirty whore mouth shut. Moon escape wouldn't be so optimistic. Moon should be off to a side somewhere. No. Maybe? Currently, don't know which angle to check, but we'll find it. Issa just dropped The Incredible Adventures of Hira Mission to watch the Rosetta like 1. Nice. Alright, let's get there and let's get some science radioed in. We gotta launch another one of these to do a close flyby without impacting, but we can do it if the AJ-10 lights and the B lights. We can totally do this. I keep checking the celestial plane and I need to look lower. There's the moon. Best way to find out something is target it. Just gravity assist through the moon's core. Nothing to see here. I am completing both flyby and impact. Oh, dude. Oh, we're following this in. And we're going to get all the science. I am paranoid, so I'm going to keep electric charge open while we're doing this. Oh. But you'll need to launch at least 2 more to complete the other flyby contract and 2 impactor contracts. I have 2. Money, 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 money. Money! Especially since impactor gives you a flat 15 science. Hell to the yeah. Impactor contract gives you free science as well. Oh, I mean, we're going to find out. What's our current status on the doohickeys with the things and the stuff? It's this window here. 19.9. We definitely have a point ready to unlock. Imagine a tunnel drilled through the moon to make super efficient gravity assists. I'm patenting that. Dude, whoa. You can complete the flyby contract twice in the impactor contract. Oh, okay. So, like, I can take the contract again and repeat this mission to get more payout. Currently in operation Lunar Shotgun. The moon grows steadily larger within the camera's viewfinder. We're going to up the time warp here and collect all the science. I just want to make sure all our sciencey bits are turned on. Waiting. Info. Moon space high. We are in the moon's SOI and collecting brand new scientific data. Our first time being in the sphere of influence of the moon. And we are collecting data and we are going to impact this. We're flying straight at it. Spray garbage cans with TV cameras at the moon until Congress gets bored. Or until they find out what we're doing with all these millions of dollars. Launch 2 of them as soon as possible, or have one deploy a sub-satellite to either impact or flyby, whichever one the main doesn't do. Interesting. Might not be as efficient as in Kerbals. In reality, planets aren't points, so gravity in center is basically 0. Interesting. How are we doing for electric charge here, friends? Oh, we have so much electric charge. Keep radioing in that sweet, sweet science. You beautiful bastard. Flyby and impact don't need separate vehicles. So basically, we can take these two contracts together over and over and over again. Our bitrate is horrendously slow, is the problem here. Contract complete. Oh, uncrewed speed record. That's cool. Vessel complete. Stage destroyed. Uncrewed speed record. Some of these might be from simulations. Just saying. Flyby is completed as soon as you pass within the specified distance. Alright, well, we'll keep our eyes open for that. You can't. Like 2 flyby contracts, 3 impactors. Yeah, so for the next 2 flights of this, we can do both contracts at the same time and make whoa. We have changed camera angles. And soon we should be getting some contract completions, I assume. How's our contracts looking? Crude altitude, crude, uncrewed speed record. Yeah, we got that. Lunar impactor, lunar crude, lunar flyby uncrewed. Check mark. Yes. Oh, God, this space program really needed a victory, and we got it. We got it. And maybe we can get it again before we have to close out the stream, because this is going dead on, y'all. Impact team will be online as we lower our altitude. And oh, it is getting low. Please radio in more science. Here it comes. Splash. Check, check, check. Effing victory. Mare Iprium, here we come. Splash. Oh, we want to go to Space Center. And with the payoff from our successful lunar impactor and / flyby, we will unlock some science, including the new cockpits. Those will be around in a few years, but then we had some brief discussions. I think we ended up going up with survivability, heat shields, so that we could do return stuff, and then we'll jump ahead about 100 days to repeat completing of these 2 contracts for a second time, because, you know, we made a lot of good money off of that. I did put more, some of that back into build points for R&D and for the launch pad, so we can turn these flights around just a little bit quicker. Maybe we can get rid of this AJ-10 a little bit sooner, but we did in fact have yet another successful ignition on the AJ-10. Lo and behold, it has decided to work. And there's the orbital insertion burn, once again trying to dial this in for 3209 meters per second. We do have some RCS on the top stage. We actually used it last time, I'm sure, because you just saw it. So we can dial this in if we're off by just a little bit, which is fantastic. Gives us a little bit of swing room, or margin on either side. There's the spin stabilization, ignition, and the aerobee is off. And this time, we actually didn't even need to correct. We're just, boom, right on course, dead on, and on its way. So it's actually pretty awesome to be able to put something in the W for a change in this series. I mean, I know we killed someone, but we hit the moon, and we're about to hit it again. Spoiler alert. So, very nice to have a very successful day in RP-1. Anyway, that's going to do it for this episode, everyone. Thank you so much for hanging out. I really appreciate it, and I will see all of you in the next one. So until then, see you later.